And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Well, up first today with another day of Flood Awareness Week, we'll look at three different flood types. One, ice breakup due to mechanical and thermal. That's just the air temperature warming, kind of melting the ice in place without any real ice jams forming. And then glacier dammed lakes. That's one Alaska experiences from time to time, especially when the glacial dam releases and can flood downstream areas. And then the precipitation and snowmelt runoff, creating flooding conditions if the precipitation is heavy enough, as well as the snowmelt, and that can cause significant flooding. And from there, looking at satellite imagery, we don't have any of that going on around the state today, but a lot of moisture coming kind of streaming northward here and then taking off to the east along the Arctic coast, mostly mid and high level clouds here in the central interior, back down in toward Cook Inlet, and a little thicker clouds down toward Bristol Bay, Alaska Peninsula, and out to the eastern Aleutians, with areas of snow or precipitation continuing here in the west all the way up to the central Arctic coast, but a lot of sunshine, mild temperatures rising into the 40s and lower 50s here, eastern interior, down into south central Alaska and on down the southeast coast. And out west, we've got cold air comes southward again, right out of the Arctic and the Russian Far East, bringing snow back into the Pribilof Islands, northerly winds, cooling temperatures down with rain and snow showers into the central and eastern Aleutian areas. And some moisture coming up, bringing a little bit of rain today into Kodiak Island. Some of that slipping on up into the southern Kenai Peninsula and western Prince William Sound. A little bit of light rain, cloudy skies there down to Seldovia and on up into portions of Kachemak Bay. Actually had some showers developing along the eastern slopes of the western Alaska Range, but to the north and east of that, sunny skies and mild temperatures, or variably cloudy skies and mild temperatures, right on down to mostly sunny conditions with high pressure. Eastern Gulf of Alaska in across the Panhandle and light winds. Pretty breezy over the western interior today, but winds lighter out along the coast than what they were last night and yesterday. So areas of light snow now extending up to the central Arctic coast, back into the Seward Peninsula and areas down along the Yukon Delta coast, maybe Nunivak Island, with the colder temperatures out here towards St. Lawrence Island. And then again, that cold air coming southward, bringing some snow into the Pribilofs, mixture of precipitation over the central and eastern Aleutians, and mainly just rain coming in with this system up toward the Alaska Peninsula. For tonight, that will bring definitely gale force winds into Kodiak Island, with rain increasing, possibly becoming heavy at times on the eastern and southeast side of the island, and moisture and rain pushing into Bristol Bay with increasing winds. North winds could gust 45 miles an hour over the Fox Islands back up toward the Pribilofs, with more scattered shower conditions for the central Aleutians. Area high pressure out to the west, keeping winds light and conditions dry from the area from about Adak westward to Shimei and Attu. And otherwise, we've got mostly clear skies, fair conditions, light winds. Actually from the eastern Arctic coast right on down and across the Copper River Basin to the North Gulf Coast, southeast coast, same conditions. And then for tomorrow, this trough and moisture slowly pushing westward here, still grazing the coastline with a little bit of light snow from the Yukon Delta up to the central Arctic coast, but dry for the eastern interior. Winds lighter today or tomorrow than what you saw today over the northern and western part of the state, but winds on the increase here with this low center just approaching Sand Point there out of the east or east-northeast, getting a little gusty with mostly rain, areas of here for the Kuskokwim Valley, down into Bristol Bay and the Alaska Peninsula area, and gusty north winds with rain and snow for the Fox Islands. Dry and mild over the central and eastern part of the state, and light winds and maximum sunshine in store for the southeast coast. And then moving ahead to Thursday, not a lot of change here. This front's right along the Alaska Peninsula, just south of Kodiak Island, or actually pushing up towards Sitkinak Island there, so that'll keep rain going almost non-stop for Kodiak there, and that'll push up into southern Cook Inlet and the southern Kenai Peninsula, Kamishak Bay, Iliamna area. And this trough still persisting along the west coast areas there for rain and snow in those areas, back up toward the Bering Strait And this area of moisture pulling mostly west of the Arctic coast there still could clip Point Hope, Cape Lisburne down to Kivalina with some light snow. But a lot of sunshine, temperatures in the 50s to lower 60s over the eastern interior areas, about the same for the southeast coast. And lows tonight in the 30s for the Panhandle, 20s to lower 30s, southern Alaska here, into the Tanana Valley, central interior, mostly in the 20s, 15 to 25 for the Brooks Range, and 0 to 20 for the North Slope and the Arctic coast. And for the Pribilofs, so that cold air coming southward here, lows falling back into the teens, and 20s to lower 30s for the Aleutians. Highs for tomorrow in the 50s for the eastern interior, especially in the central Tanana Valley areas, out toward Eagle again, Towhee and Toad. Near 50 in the Copper River Basin, lower 50s again.